for connections on the
2
numbers.
days ago.
One. I figure you can figure out what I did. It's not too bad.
Oh, hold on. All right. What does it mean to say that BA is perpendicular to BD?
Yeah, right angles.
That is all the definition of perpendicular can do for you, right? Gives you right angle. Well, specifically, where is a right angle?
In
ABD.
BA is perpendicular to BD means that
ABD.
angle ABD is a right angle. Now, when I was talking about regressing, I think you're regressing if you can't tell me what that reason is. Okay, ABD is a right angle. Now, I haven't looked at what I'm trying to prove yet, but could somebody please tell me what we're trying to prove?
Measure 1 plus measure 3 equals measure, or equals 90 degrees.
1 and 3 equals 90. What does that mean about 1 and 3?
They're complementary.
They are complementary. But if 1 and 3 equals 90 is what we're trying to prove, don't you think we need 90 degrees in the proof?
Yes.
So what would be the next logical step after saying this?
ABD equals 90.
Great. This thing's been doing weird stuff all days. All right, the measure, or what did I have there?
ABD is a right angle.
Definition of perpendicular. And what do we know? The measure of angle ABD is 90. Definition of right angle. Okay. Matthew. ABD is 90. I want to prove that 1 plus 3 is 90. At this point, though, I haven't used all of my given, have I? And do they give you information just to give you something? They give it to you for a reason. So would you look up there and tell me what else I've given?
EBC is a right angle.
I'm told, all right, I was told that those were perpendicular, and I've worked with that. But what does it mean if BD bisects angle EBC?
Angle 2 and angle 3.
That means that the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. How about this? Don't they equal? What's that reason? Yes. Now, it's time for us to regroup because I feel like I've just written a bunch of stuff up there and I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. Do you think that's going anywhere?
Nope.
No.
It's just a breathe.
It's just a lot of stuff, right? Okay, what do we want to prove? That 1 plus 3 is 90. What do we already know is 90? Well, we know that ABD is 90, and what is ABD made up of?
Angle 1 and 2.
You said. Okay, so we next should say that 1 and 2 is what?
ABD.
ABD. And that is angle. Okay, so close,
And then you
but
just
yet
have
so far.
to measure 1 plus measure 3 equals measure ABD because sub
And you know,
sub in.
we might could finish this proof right here. Do you think we might could?
Yeah.
How about
Well, you can put the 90 degrees, but
1 plus 3?
Is equal to
What did I
90.
sub there?
3.
Equals. And since it's the same reason, do you think we could put that twat? I mean, just put it down and have 2 different steps? Or not really different? I don't think that one was too bad. what you
just
think.
got stuck after angle bisector, cause I had,
And it kind of, at that point, I can see where you would get stuck because you're saying, okay, I've got all my given information, but it's not really coming together.
no, I had, instead of putting the measure angle 2, I had named the angle the EBD.
And y'all, that's a very good point. If it's got it in, it's named by numbers, you're not gonna know what you're talking about if you suddenly call angle 1 ABE, are you? So leave it in term, it'll be easier.
What if you didn't add the angle ABD as a right angle?
Then you let definition of perpendicular tell you more than it can.
And use it for definition of perpendicular. I use ABD equals 90 degrees as definition of right angle and completely skip the perpendicular
Okay, but how'd you know it was a right angle?
because it had the little symbol.
But we just.
And what's that little symbol meant? Well, but
It means right angle.
I marked that diagram for you because you were given that they were perpendicular.
Well, the diagram.
So, but I don't care. What were you given? Were you given that it was a right angle?
No, but the page told me so.
The page, I marked the little symbol, but, okay, I understand your point, but I just won't mark it for you again.
Okay.
That eliminate that confusion.
Yeah.
Okay,
Other than that, I had the exact same thing as you, only a little out of order.
that's okay. Next proof. Number 7.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, I don't know if y'all remember this conversation, but when I first talked about bisectors, I compared it to people that like to get credit for stuff that they didn't do. Remember me telling you that?
Yep.
Angle bisector does very little. Not angle. I am sorry, y'all. This is a terrible day for you to be sending this to somebody. I can't seem to say what I want to say or write what I want to write, but segment bisector doesn't do much at all, but it takes credit for a lot of stuff, or you give it credit for stuff it doesn't do. What did we say a segment bisector does?
Runs through the midpoint
It tells you what?
where the midpoint is.
Where that midpoint is. That's all it can do. Remember that. All right, you write down your given. TL bisects segment BG. And you are also told that you have 2 congruent segments. This one is doable by you. TA and BA are congruent.
It could be midpoint.
Now this right here, you could have left off a step, and we don't want to leave it off on a test. If TL is a bisector of BG, what does TL do to BG?
Nothing.
BA.
Does it really split it in half?
It shows you where it splits in half, but it
What
doesn't
splits
technically
it in
split
half then? The midpoint. So, you were about to give it credit for doing something it couldn't do. What does it do?
Shows you
TL
the midpoint.
bisects BG. It tells you where. Well, where is it? A is the midpoint of which segment?
BG.
How do we know that?
Definition of midpoint.
Not midpoint.
Definition of bisecting lines.
Segment bisector.
Segment bisector, bisecting line. Not really the same thing, but I can still say that. Just kidding.
And if A is the midpoint of segment BG, then what do I know from that?
BA plus.
A is the midpoint of BG, then I know that
BA is
BA and
G is congruent.
AG are congruent. And that is
definition of the midpoint.
What if I said, instead of 3, I said AG plus BA is equal to BG, and TA plus AL equals
Yeah,
D.
this one is four stepper. It's
Alright,
easy.
you can put AG plus, or AG plus BA equals BG or whatever, segment addition, but you don't really need it. It's not wrong, but does it really help us?
Hey Cole, if you do it this way, there's 4 steps and you're done. There's like one more step left. And that's it.
Okay, now this is where I want you to stop, reconnect, figure out where you are and where you want to go. BA is congruent to AG. That's where I am. I've proven that. What did I want to prove? That
TA is.
TA was congruent to AG. If only,
If only
what?
you-
Finish that statement.
The woodpecker cried in the
Shut up.
If TA,
If only
TA is good.
the BA
He substituted even.
could disappear and TA could go there, can it?
He sure can.
Because right there, they're equal. Put in TA. Well, it won't be like putting it in, will it? TA is congruent to BA, BA is congruent to AG. Doesn't that lead me to this? And we can't say it's substitution because substitution is not a property of congruence. This is transitive. Now let me just tell you, that proof I don't think is difficult except for one step that you probably forgot about. What step is that? What does the segment bisector do for you? It only tells you where the midpoint is. Do you have to do it that way? Yes, you do. Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all even tried these. We weren't finished with them, and I don't think I told you to try them.